Hello Tech World and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be diving into the iPad mini 7, covering its full specs, my personal thoughts on its performance, and how it fits into my daily routine. Whether you're a casual user or a power user, I'll break down everything you need to know. Plus, if you currently own the iPad mini 6, I'll help you decide whether upgrading to the latest generation is actually worth it. If you're new to the channel, here we cover everything related to tech and gaming, so if that sounds like your thing, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like as your support helps the channel grow and allows us to keep bringing you awesome content. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into the iPad mini 7. When it comes to the iPad mini 7, many people had high expectations but were left feeling disappointed. Some were hoping for an OLED display similar to that on the iPad Pro, while others wanted promotion for that ultra smooth 120Hz refresh rate, but unfortunately, neither of those features made it to this year's model. However, while the most anticipated upgrades didn't materialize, the iPad mini 7 still brings some noteworthy improvements. One of the most notable upgrades in the new iPad mini 7 is the increase in base storage, from the insufficient 64GB of the previous iPad mini 6 to a much more reasonable 128GB of storage. This was a much needed improvement as 64GB simply wasn't enough for a premium device in today's world. Another welcome update is the inclusion of Wi-Fi 6E, replacing the older Wi-Fi 6 found in the previous model, offering faster and more reliable connectivity. The iPad mini 7 also features an upgrade to Bluetooth 5.3, replacing the previous Bluetooth 5.0 for improved connectivity, better power efficiency, and enhanced device compatibility. However, the most significant change lies in the chipset. The iPad mini 7 now features the more powerful A17 Pro chip, the same processor found in Apple's iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max models. While it's not an M series chip, the A17 Pro is incredibly capable, boasting a 16-core neural engine and a 5-core GPU, enabling advanced features such as hardware accelerated ray tracing. This means the iPad mini 7 can handle graphically demanding AAA titles like Resident Evil Village, Death Stranding, Assassin's Creed Mirage, and more. Performance-wise, the new 6-core CPU delivers up to 30% faster speeds compared to the A15 chip in the previous generation. Additionally, Apple has doubled the RAM from 4GB to 8GB, ensuring smoother multitasking and future-proofing the device. These upgrades are particularly essential as the iPad mini 7 is designed to support Apple Intelligence, Apple's new AI. While I don't use Apple Intelligence all that much, it's reassuring to know that this device is more than capable of handling it. With so many options available in the iPad lineup, why would someone choose the iPad mini? Well, the answer is simple. Its compact form factor makes it the perfect portable device. With an 8.3-inch display, the iPad mini 7 easily fits into any bag, making it incredibly convenient for on-the-go use. Weighing just 0.65 pounds, it's so lightweight that holding it for extended periods is effortless. In my opinion, the iPad mini is the truest tablet in Apple's lineup because it stays true to its purpose, providing a seamless content consumption experience. Whether you're watching YouTube videos, binging your favorite shows and movies, browsing the web, playing games, reading, or taking notes with the Apple Pencil, the iPad mini handles it all with ease. What I love most about this device is that it isn't trying to replace a laptop. It's simply a tablet, and that's perfectly fine for my needs. Moving on, let's talk about the display on this device. The iPad mini 7 retains the same liquid retina display as its predecessor, and in my opinion, it still looks stunning. Would I have preferred an OLED display for those deep blacks and vibrant colors? Absolutely, who wouldn't? But to me, it's not a deal breaker as the liquid retina display continues to impress with its sharpness and color accuracy. However, the display's peak brightness of 500 nits falls short in certain situations. If I'm being honest, it's not ideal for outdoor use, and even indoors, it can struggle when sunlight streams through the windows. As for the refresh rate, it remains at 60Hz. While I find it to be smooth enough, I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't have preferred a 120Hz refresh rate, especially considering that several Android tablets under $500 offer 120Hz or even 144Hz like my Xiaomi Pad 6. Regarding the infamous jelly scrolling issue that plagued the previous model, I haven't noticed it in my experience so far. That being said, I've come across reviews mentioning that it's still present, so while it might not be completely resolved, it hasn't been a problem for me personally. As for the battery life on this device, the iPad mini 7 is equipped with a 5078 mAh battery, which Apple claims claims can provide up to 10 hours of web browsing over Wi-Fi or video playback, and up to 9 hours when using cellular data. While I haven't conducted a formal battery test since actual usage can vary based on individual habits, my personal experience has been quite positive for everyday tasks. Whether I'm streaming music on Spotify, watching videos, drawing, or casually scrolling through Twitter/X, the battery holds up well. However, if you plan to game extensively on the iPad mini 7, be aware that the battery life takes a significant hit, draining much faster under heavy workloads. This is something to keep in mind if gaming is a primary use case for you. Overall, the battery performance has been solid for my needs, as I typically stick to light to moderate tasks like photo editing and occasional gaming sessions with Weathering Waves. In terms of Apple Pencil support, the iPad mini supports both the Apple Pencil Pro and the Apple Pencil USB-C. I personally use the USB-C version since I didn't feel the need to upgrade to the Pro, as I wouldn't take advantage of its new features. The Apple Pencil USB-C has been perfect for my needs. I use it all the time for note-taking and drawing. However, if you already own the Apple Pencil 2nd generation, it's unfortunate that it is incompatible with the iPad mini. For those looking for the most affordable Apple Pencil, the USB-C model is a great option. The only downside is that, unlike the Pro and 2nd generation models, it doesn't charge on the iPad like the others. Instead, you'll need to charge it via USB-C cable. Now, let's talk about the speakers on the iPad mini 7. In my opinion, they sound good and can get fairly loud. However, they're not on the same level as the speakers on the iPad Air or iPad Pro models, which is expected given the iPad mini's compact size. Like its predecessor, the iPad mini 7 features landscape stereo speakers, providing a decent audio experience for its form factor. Let's take a listen to the speakers now. What do you think? Let me know in the comments whether you found them impressive or disappointing. When it comes to its cameras, the iPad mini 7 features a 12 megapixel center stage front camera, while the rear camera remains a 12 megapixel wide lens, just like its predecessor, the iPad mini 6. For those interested in video recording, the iPad mini 7 supports up to 4K recording at 24, 30, or 60 FPS. However, if camera quality is a priority, tablets aren't usually the best choice. As I've mentioned in the previous videos, I rarely use the cameras on my tablets, as I prefer the superior camera system on my iPhone 15 Pro, but here are a few shots taken on my iPad mini 7. Let me know if you like them. As for gaming on the iPad mini 7, it's been an absolute blast. As someone who doesn't have as much time to game as I once did, I really appreciate having a small, portable device that lets me jump into amazing games on the go. Lately, I've been enjoying Warzone Mobile, Wuthering Waves, and TMT's Shredder's Revenge, all of which offer unique and exciting experiences. If you haven't tried them, I highly recommend checking them out. As mentioned earlier in the video, the A17 Pro chip features hardware accelerated ray tracing and can handle AAA titles like Resident Evil Village, which is fantastic to see. It really feels like Apple is making a stronger push into gaming. From my experience, the iPad mini 7 does get warm when playing more demanding games, but nothing too concerning. For those who prefer gaming on a larger screen, the iPad mini supports video output via USB-C, so you can easily connect it to a TV or monitor without any issues. And if you're like me and enjoy gaming with a controller, you'll be happy to know that it supports Xbox and PlayStation controllers via Bluetooth. I also ordered the GameCert G8 Plus, which should be arriving any day now, so I'm extremely excited to try it out. One suggestion for those who enjoy gaming on their iPads is to opt for a higher storage capacity, as games are becoming increasingly larger and taking up more space. Overall, gaming on the iPad mini 7 has been a great experience. Whenever I have 30 minutes to an hour of downtime, it's the perfect device to pick up and play. The iPad mini 7 has been an incredible tablet that I find myself reaching for every day. It has become my go-to device for media consumption, creating YouTube thumbnails, checking emails, and responding to your comments. I also use it regularly for reading manga and articles. Its size is perfect, more compact and portable than my 14-inch laptop, yet larger than my iPhone 15 Pro, striking the ideal balance for my needs. For those who already own the iPad mini 6, the big question is, should you upgrade to the iPad mini 7? My answer is a solid no. In my opinion, there simply aren't enough upgrades or improvements to justify buying the new model. While the iPad mini 7 does come with a better chipset and a slight storage bump, beyond those two changes, it's essentially the same device. You're still getting the same speakers, cameras, refresh rate, and display. If you already own the iPad mini 6, I'd recommend holding on to it until the iPad mini 8 is released, hopefully with more significant upgrades that make it truly worth the upgrade. However, if you don't already own an iPad mini and are looking to buy one for the first time, the iPad mini 7 is the obvious choice. It offers a better processor, more storage, support for Apple Intelligence for those who need it, support for the Apple Pencil Pro, and longer OS update support compared to the previous generation. To wrap things up, I believe the iPad mini 7 is a great tablet. While it may not meet everyone's expectations, it still brings meaningful updates over the previous model, making it a worthy upgrade for the right user. If you're interested in picking one up, I've included links in the description below. As always, Tech World, it's been a blast. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.